Have you ever wondered what pure evil looks like? Enriqueta Marti might just be the closest you'll ever get to knowing. In the annals of history, there are names that chill the spine and curdle the blood. Names that invoke images of unspeakable horrors and unthinkable crimes. One such name is Enriqueta Marti, a figure so sinister that she has left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of early 20th century Spain. Enriqueta Marti, often dubbed as the Vampire of Barcelona, was no ordinary criminal. She was a child kidnapper, a killer and a practitioner of dark arts, whose crimes were so horrific that they still send shivers down the spine more than 100 years later. But who was this woman? And what led her down this dark and twisted path? In this video, we aim to delve into the murky depths of Marti's life, peeling back the layers of her story to reveal the human being beneath the monster. We'll explore her childhood, her adult life, and the circumstances that may have shaped her into the terrifying figure she became. We'll examine her crimes, her victims, and the society that allowed such a creature to thrive in its midst. But this is no mere recitation of facts. This is an attempt to understand the why, the how, and the who of Enriqueta Marti. What drove her to commit such heinous acts? What was it about her environment, her experiences, or her psyche that led her to prey on the innocent and the vulnerable? We will not shy away from the gruesome details, nor will we gloss over the shocking truths. This is a journey into the heart of darkness, a foray into the mind of a monster. So brace yourselves. This is not a tale for the faint of heart, but for those with a passion for true crime, a curiosity about the human condition, and a thirst for understanding the darker corners of our history. This is a story you won't want to miss. Stay with us as we peel back the layers of darkness that shroud the life of Enriqueta Marti. Every monster has an origin. Enriqueta Marti was no different. Born in the mid-19th century in the rural heart of Catalonia, Spain, Enriqueta was raised in a world far removed from the affluent society she would later infiltrate. Her family was poor, and life was undeniably tough. Yet it was within this harsh environment that the seeds of her future malevolence were sown. Enriqueta was the youngest of 5 children. Her parents, overwhelmed by the struggle to feed their family, were often absent, leaving Enriqueta to fend for herself from a young age. This early exposure to a world of hardship and neglect may have played a critical role in shaping the woman she was to become. As she grew older, Enriqueta began to demonstrate an uncanny ability to manipulate those around her. She was charming and persuasive, qualities that she would later exploit to horrifying effect. But beneath this charming facade, a more sinister personality was taking shape. Her siblings often spoke of her cruelty towards animals, a chilling characteristic commonly associated with future violent offenders. In her late teens, Enriqueta moved to Barcelona, seeking a life beyond the poverty of her childhood. It was here in the bustling city, amidst the shadows of the wealthy and privileged, that Enriqueta began to transform into the monster she would become. She learned to blend into high society, using her charm and beauty to ensnare her victims. But it was not just her ability to deceive that set her apart. Enriqueta had a dark fascination with the occult, a fascination that would eventually lead her down a path of unimaginable horror. This obsession, coupled with her manipulative nature and lack of empathy, was a potent combination that set the stage for the atrocities she would later commit. As we delve deeper, we begin to see the formation of a terrifying figure. As we continue to unravel the story of Enriqueta Marti, keep in mind that every monster is born, not made. And in this case, a monster was born amidst poverty, neglect, and a chilling fascination with the dark arts. The path to evil is often a gradual descent. For Enriqueta Marti, it was a plunge into darkness. This plunge was not one of sudden impulse, but a calculated and deliberate choice. Early in her life, Enriqueta's criminal activities began with theft and deception, seemingly harmless actions that masked the sinister intentions brewing beneath. She was a chameleon, blending into society while her malevolence grew stronger. Each transgression served as a stepping stone, nudging her further into the abyss. Her first known crimes were petty thefts and minor frauds, but these were mere child's play compared to the monstrosities she would later commit. She was cunning. her schemes well thought out, leaving no trace of her involvement. Yet these actions were just the tip of the iceberg. As her confidence grew, so did the severity of her crimes. From theft, she graduated to manipulation and exploitation, preying on the weak and vulnerable. Her victims were often children, their innocence making them easy targets for her cruel intentions. She played the role of protector, a wolf in sheep's clothing, luring her prey with promises of safety and comfort. Enriqueta Marti's descent into darkness was marked by a chilling progression. Each step taken was a deliberate move towards the edge of morality, a conscious courting of the macabre. The line between right and wrong blurred, replaced by a twisted sense of justice and entitlement. At the heart of her darkness was a perverse pleasure derived from the suffering of others. This sadistic joy fueled her descent, pushing her deeper into the shadows, where empathy and compassion had no place. Her actions escalated, each crime more heinous than the last, painting a grim picture of the monster she was becoming. The descent into darkness was swift and chilling, setting the stage for the horrors to come. As we delve deeper into Enriqueta Marti's life, we'll uncover the reign of terror she unleashed, a reign that would forever mark her as one of history's most notorious criminals. Enriqueta Marti's reign of terror had begun, and it was nothing short of a nightmare. Her insidious actions were not just the stuff of horror movies, they were a horrifying reality. Mart was known for her heinous crimes, her methods as intricate as they were chilling. She had a knack for identifying vulnerable children, those who wouldn't be missed immediately, and she exploited this vulnerability with a chilling efficiency. Her methods were truly the stuff of nightmares. She would lure these innocent souls with promises of sweets, toys, or simply a warm meal. Once they were in her grasp, their fate was sealed. The children were kept in deplorable conditions, subjected to unspeakable horrors, their innocence lost forever. But her atrocities didn't stop there. Enriqueta Marti was not just a kidnapper and abuser, she was also a master manipulator. She would sell her victims to the highest bidder, ensuring her coffers were always full. To the outside world, she appeared to be a kindly old woman. But behind closed doors, she was a monster. The impact she had on her victims and the general public was profound. The fear she instilled was palpable, a dark cloud hanging over the city. Parents were afraid to let their children out of their sight. The streets became deserted as the sun set, and whispers of the boogie woman echoed in every corner. The chaos and terror she caused were unprecedented. The public was gripped by fear, the police were baffled, and the media was in a frenzy. Every missing child was linked to her, every unexplained disappearance was blamed on her. She had the city in the palm of her hand, and she reveled in the power she wielded. Enriqueta Marti's reign was not just a reign of terror, it was a reign of manipulation, exploitation, and utter disregard for human life. She was a puppet master, pulling the strings and watching the chaos unfold. A reign of terror that would leave a lasting mark on history. Every reign of terror comes to an end, and so did Enriqueta Marti's. The chilling tale of her downfall is as harrowing as the darkness she herself perpetuated. The year was 1912. The city of Barcelona, once vibrant and teeming with life, was now a cauldron of fear and suspicion. Marti's reign of terror had reached its zenith, but all empires collapse, and so too did Mart's world of horror. A series of unusual disappearances had alerted the authorities. The investigation led them to a decrepit house, a house that held secrets too gruesome to fathom. The net was closing in, and Mart, the monster that had lurked in the shadows, was finally caught. The public reaction was one of shock, followed by a wave of relief. The streets echoed with the whispers of her name, the stories of her heinous crimes. Parents held their children closer, and the city breathed a collective sigh of relief. The reign of terror had ended, but the scars were deep. The aftermath was a nightmare. Families torn apart, lives irrevocably altered, a city traumatized. Marti's capture brought an end to the terror, but the echoes of her monstrous acts lingered on. The monster was finally caught, but the scars of her terror remained. Enriqueta Marti left a dark legacy, one that continues to haunt to this day. Her heinous crimes left a lasting imprint on the annals of true crime, serving as a stark reminder of the depths of human wickedness. This harrowing tale, from her monstrous birth to her reign of terror and eventual downfall, remains an enduring narrative in our collective memory. Enriqueta Marti's story serves as a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity. Remember to hit that like button if you found this video interesting, and comment below on what other stories you would like us to delve into next. And don't forget to subscribe for more chilling true crime stories. Until next time, stay curious.